we're your foreign sisters. I'm Ligii.
And I'm Kitty, and today we will talk about our favorite things. We'll go through different categories and name at least three our favorite things in each. I'm sure there might be some conversation arising based on those things, but yes. I hope you enjoy this episode, and we'll get started.
Yeah.
So,
And please let us know in the comments what your favorite things are on each topic. We'd like to know and get to know you as well.
yes. Okay, so Liggy, shall we start with colors? Would you like to tell us your favorite colors?
So, I feel like we're in school.
Yeah.
Going around in circles. But yeah, my favorite colors at the moment are yellow, green, and lilac. And they've been like this for a while now. Yellow because I love sunflowers and it just like feels very sunny and spring-like to me. Green because nature is green and it's very calming and I just love it. And lilac because my favorite bush, French lilacs, they used to grow in May and I don't know, I just love the color and I love the scent.
Okay.
So those are my favorite colors. What about you, Kitty?
It's a tricky question for me, to be fair, but I did choose three colors that I guess are, I don't know, I'm more drawn towards when I see them. It's moss green or just any like darker emerald green. Then I found I like yellow color as well, but there is a specific tone that I quite enjoy. It's called the marigold. I don't know how to pronounce it, or like mustard yellow color. Yeah. And I've put down black color. Just because I don't know. It's one of my astrology Venus colors, so that's why I put it down as well. I wanted to include one of those as well.
Okay. Have any of these colors been your favorite ever since childhood, or has it changed?
I think there was a period of time where I was really into like neon bright colors. So there also was the yellow and green, but they were neon tones. I wouldn't say so. God knows what was my favorite color back in the day. Maybe pink,
Okay.
but I was probably not wanting to tell that to people because it was like it was said that pink color is only liked by the girls that are like tatas.
Okay, yeah. See, my favorite color up until I was like 18 or 19, I think, was blue.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it actually was my favorite color or I felt like it has to be my favorite color because my mom's favorite color was dark blue and my brother's favorite color was like light blue. So I've decided I'm gonna be in the middle, and I'm not sure if I actually liked it. I probably did, because I had my room in a blue color, but then I don't know if I picked it or my mom did, so it's like I'm not quite sure it was true. And now I still like blue, but it's not one of my favorites. I'm not that drawn to it as other colors at the moment. But yeah, that's my history of colors.
So yeah, with the neon ones, I had a neon colored like backpack in school for a while. Okay, it wasn't like fully neon color, but it was neon-y, like bright. And there was something else. There were a couple things that were neon items, but it wasn't like it was all over the place for me. But for some reason, I remember they were like, I quite liked them. Yeah. Okay. Moving on to films.
Moving on. Okay.
Yes.
I found this a tricky category for myself. Because I remember when I was growing up, I loved watching films, but that also my insomnia at the time was worse, and I didn't have so many responsibilities as I have now when I'm an adult. So I remember if I couldn't sleep, I would just watch films, and I think I got I made this like present for you, and it was handmade, and I either wrote some quotes or songs you have to listen to. And I remember one of the categories for the like little papers was films.
Okay, yeah, it was
And
like
I
a jar,
remember,
wasn't it?
yes, it was a jar, and I remember that I was like, I need to write good films, so I went like, I actually like put research into it. I like Googled, I watched them all, and I made sure to watch them before I like write them down as well. So I watched like so many of them, and I haven't really been into films lately, so mine answers are quite old. So I put 10 Things I Hate About You, because I feel like that is a classic love story, and I just love it. I just love it so much, and all of the scenes, it's just, I don't know, it brings me joy. And then I put Ice Princess, and it's about a girl who's very good at physics, basically learn how to ice skate and get very good at figure skating just by using physics. And I just found it very a niche film, and I don't know, I enjoy science, and I enjoy watching people ice skate because I can't myself. So it's, you know, I just really enjoyed that movie. And then it's The Core, which is super old film, and it's from when I was a teenager, and I was obsessed with all of these end of the world movies. It's one of them ones. Basically, the Earth is dying, and they need to save it, and they obviously, spoiler alert, they do. But yeah, so it's one of them ones.
I feel like we watched it together. Well, at least I watched it with you for the first time, I imagine.
The Core.
Yeah, where they're like digging through, right? And they're like different
Yeah.
layers. Yeah, I remember. Okay. I don't think I watched it alone, for sure. And now that you say about Ice Princess, like it actually brings me back. Oh yeah, I've seen those movies.
Yeah, they're very old and old school, but I feel like that's when they were the best. Even like the music, like the soundtrack, it's just so good in the old movies. I love it.
Yeah, wow, that's good. That is very good. For me, it was quite similar. I was like, the initial thought is, I don't remember movies I watched recently, actually. But there must have been some movies that I've watched. So that's why I would say the first two are actually like from older ones that I've seen like ages ago. And one of them is Molly's Game. Yeah, it's like about this poker lady that breaks her back and neck and everything while snowboarding. Well, it was her dream to be like a Olympics level athlete in this area. And then because she breaks her back, you know, she can't do it anymore and stuff. And then she somehow finds her way in working around the places where people play poker. And then she learns herself how you can play poker, and then she grows into like hosting poker herself and whatnot. It's a whole thing. It just kind of goes down. It's interesting. It's quite like, yeah, it's quite fast pace. And then in between, there's this whole thing with her relationship with her dad, because he was the one who was pushing her to be like this athlete and whatnot. Yeah. It is quite a cool one, and I think one of the reasons why I say this movie, because I watched it in like this a bit old schooly cinema. It was quite cool. And then Ride Along, this is definitely something we watched together, and after we watched it for the first time, I thought it was the best police movie I have ever seen.
It's so good.
Yeah. And now
it's very funny.
Yeah. Do they have the second part or not? I can't remember. Or there were like, I think there were 2 police movies we watched, and they were quite like similar vibe.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
So it was this one, and the other one was Let's Be Cops.
Oh yeah. So I would say I both of them for comedic and.
But I think action. They do have a second one to the Ride Along. Yeah, they must do. We should watch that.
Yeah, I know. Right? And then the latest one, I'm saying it's The Flow. It's an animation. It's not a movie, but it's Latvian made animation that won Golden Globes, and I don't know, it won all the Oscar even it got, and like all these different film awards. And it's Latvian made, and I'm just very proud. And I did see it in the cinema, and it's very beautiful. I highly recommend anyone to watch it. It doesn't have no one speaking there at all, so it's suitable for everyone. yeah, that's my story. Also, that's one of the recent things. I only saw it in March when it came out here in theaters here in the UK, but it's been out since last year, I think. That's
I need
my
to watch
movie
it
story.
as well. I haven't yet.
Yes, you should. It's beautiful. It's very nice. I was watching it. I was like, oh, I can't believe these guys got an Oscar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, I actually can't remember a movie I recently watched. Oh, there was something action one that was Carry On or something similar to Carry On. Well, Carry On must be. They were saying it's like a Christmas movie. Ah. Or they said that
I
it's
know
not a
what you
Christmas
mean.
movie, but it's like set in Christmas, and people argue if it's like it is a Christmas movie or it isn't. But there's this other one there. It's not Fast and Furious, isn't a Christmas. What is a movie that people?
Die Hard?
Yes, probably. So they were kind of comparing it to that movie. That was pretty good. Very action-like. How would you describe your actually movie film preference overall? Do you prefer like romance or action or science fiction?
I think whatever, as long as it's not horror.
Oh yeah.
I can't do horror, I'm afraid. Well, I can because I've seen all of the Saws.
Oh yeah.
But they kind of like, I don't know, they aren't scary to me because they make sense. I hate movies like Paranormal Activity because I'm like, that makes no sense. Like, how is that even happening? You know. So I can watch horror if it like is more scientifically accurate. I don't know how to like describe it. But yeah, so I'm pretty much into anything. It depends on my mood. It depends who I'm watching with as well. But yeah, I feel like my guilty pleasure at the moment in my life is rom-com movies, films, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be sci-fi, but now it's all rom-com at the moment.
Oh, that's nice.
What about you?
I would say, like, I was thinking back, and now I think the movies that usually stay in my mind are probably comedy ones. And that's usually the ones, whenever someone asks me what do I want to watch, I'm like, oh, something that's like funny. But then it also goes into like a motivational area. Oh, I should have put that film down actually as Into the Wild. Seen it ages ago, but it really impacted me. I was like, wow, for a motivational film, that is very good. Rom-coms is pretty good. I can watch anything if I'm honest. Well, horror, I would say it's not my preferred film, but I have also, weirdly enough, seen quite a few horror films. I don't know what's that about. Maybe I was just trying to be like, oh yeah, I could watch horror movies. I don't know. I'm scared of the dark. I can't watch horror movies.
Oh, bless you.
Okay. Shall we move on?
Moving on.
Yeah.
So next category is flowers. This was quite easy for me because I feel like I'm a weird person because I have favorite things for everything. Like I can name you my top 5 for pretty much any subject most of the time. So the flowers is my easiest one. So it's tulips for springtime, peonies for summertime, and sunflowers for autumn.
Wow, even coordinated.
Yep.
Wow. Well, yeah, you're not a weird person because you know your favorite things. I think I'm a bit sad of a person because I don't have these major things.
And no, most of the time when I ask people, they go, I don't know anything, you know. So I feel like for me to be so prepared, like you can ask me anything, like, oh, what's your favorite spice? And I'll tell you, I'll tell you my top 5. So it's just like, really? Why am I so opinionated about things that don't matter?
Do we have the spices on the list? We should add.
No. We can.
So we were talking about flowers, yes? Yeah, so for me again, it was like I'll love any flowers that someone gives me. You know, I won't cry because I don't like a flower. Um, especially if they're, I really like bouquets. So like, and there usually are different types of flowers, right? So it's like it's just it's like an artwork all together. I'll enjoy them all, but for this occasion, I have decided to put out at least three somewhat specific flowers. And for me, it is blooming trees in the springtime. Okay, it's not very specific, but I just really love. I think it's the spring effect, I guess. That like everything is slowly starting to get green, and then yeah, the trees are blooming, and that's just it's probably one of the best sceneries you can have. And roses, and then I also have daisies as one of the flowers. That's it. Not
Talking
major
about
story about
flowers,
it.
something like kind of funny, kind of ironic happened to me talking about flowers. So it was my name day in June, and my partner was so lovely. He brought me. So in a supermarket, you can just buy flowers, and there's however many there are, right? And he bought me sunflowers, and there was only four of them
Oh.
in the bouquet, and then I had to be like, "Thank you." But please don't ever do this again to me. And he just looked at me, and I was like, I know this is very like cultural, but in Latvia you can't give. You have to
Even
basically give odd number of flowers.
to a living person.
Yeah, because you take even numbers to the dead people.
To the cemetery. I wonder what the
Yeah.
backstory is with that, with the numbering. So I wonder if there is anything.
Because it's the same with candles. You shouldn't be burning even amount when you're burning them at home.
Well, what about
So-
Christmas?
See, I know. But even then, if I'm lighting two, I'll make sure there's another one lit separately somewhere else, not in a wreath. Because
Interesting.
this is the only like thing that's really stuck to me as a superstition about Latvia.
The candles and flowers. The
Yeah,
candle.
the-
I've never heard about the candle one actually, if I'm honest. But flowers, yes, and also that you can't. Not can't. Oh, that there's like you should carry the flowers like upside down. I don't know. I mean, I think
Yes.
there is a science behind so that I don't lose water, maybe or something. But
Yeah, there's superstitions about it all. But yeah, and then I had to explain it to my partner and be like, please don't ever do this again. But in the end, I basically made a bouquet of 3 and a 1.
yeah.
Because I was like, I'm not mixing that. But I still felt kind of like stupid, kind of like I'm insulting him. But you know, now he knows.
Now he knows.
Don't give me a dozen roses.
Yeah. Give me 15.
I don't find it romantic.
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, now we're moving on to songs, and I'm very interested about your songs. Your top 3
This
songs.
was very, very, very hard for me. Very, very hard. Because I love music, and I really do. And I listen to it a lot. And I would say my range of the music I listen to, it's quite varied. But what I've noticed the most is, so basically what I started doing is if I really, really love a song, I'd add it to a separate playlist. Just so I could remember, oh, this is the song that I used to be obsessed with. So when I was writing this list, I opened that playlist, and I wasn't thinking that there'd be that many songs. There was 25 on it. And
Only?
I haven't, only, but also I haven't had YouTube music for that long.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes.
You know, so that kind of shocked me, because it's only been like a year and I already have 25 songs that I've been obsessed with. So it was very hard to get it down to 3, and I still feel a bit guilty about some songs not being on this list. But If You Could Only See by Tonic is one of them, and it's kind of like rocky. I don't even know how to describe it. It just speaks to me. I remember the first time I heard it again, because I feel like I've heard it before. I played it non-stop for like 3 days, because I was just like, it felt like it's speaking to me. I don't know, I just feel this connection with the song. Um, and then the second one is The Drugs Don't Work by The Verve. I remember being obsessed with this song even when I was a teenager. So to me, it just feels like nostalgic, and it is a bit slower than the songs that I usually enjoy. But for me, it's about the beats and the drums have to be loud for me to like a song, I think, and that's what's happening there. And the lyrics just hit hard, and it's just good. And then it's She's Not Him by Miley Cyrus. And I don't know, I feel like I got into Miley hype way too late in my life. Like I'd say maybe in the last 2 years. I was never into Hannah Montana or anything like that, but I've always like appreciated her songs. But lately I just YouTube keeps telling me I'm like one of her top 5% listeners or something, you know? And I really do enjoy her. Like, she's a brilliant songwriter, I'd say, and her voice is quite unique. And She's Not Him, it's just the song, it's a painful song, I'd say. And it's very beautiful, and it's very melodic, and I don't know, it just kind of makes me want to cry when I listen to it. And I love when music arises all of these emotions in me, because I feel like that's what it's there for, you know, for us to think and feel.
Wow, wow, very beautiful. I definitely need to listen to them just to see. I wish we could, put them in, but obviously we can't. Copyrights. These are very nice. Okay, for me, I have top 3 songs that I would say are quite recent. Because if I had to choose all-time favorite songs, it's impossible. I can't. It's hard. There are too many. I'll start with the song that very recently just took me. As I listened to it maybe once, and then I listened to it twice, and after the second or third time, it was like, oh my god, like it makes me just okay. I need to say the song. So the song is Quédate Luna by Trinix and Natalia Doko. Natalia. I think it's a remix version. I guess it's not even the original. So the Trinix guys, or I don't know actually if they're guys, I think they're like the DJs, and they have one other song that went viral, I guess, across social media very recently. If you heard like a little bit of that other song, you would know. Yeah, you would have heard it, which I like as well. But this one was how I like really got into it. I just listen. It's like a very, it's a bit exotic, rhythmic song. It made me like, the more I was listening to it, the more it was like, oh my god, I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it. I really want to dance. Like I want to move. I just want to move and stuff. So yeah, that was really good. That was like, this is like a very recent experience. So I still very much like it. I actually usually try not to over listen to songs, so I don't start to hate them. The other one is Sun by Derek Fain. It popped on my Instagram probably earlier this year as an ad, and I really like the lyrics that the chorus had. That is, I just need a little bit of sun. I can't remember the specifics now, but it's also, the melody is very beautiful, but I just need a little bit of sun. It really hit me back in January, I think, maybe February, where there was no sun and I was like feeling a bit down. It's very good. And then the third song is Woman by Amber Lily. It's also relatively recent, and it's more of a like affirmational song, not peaceful, but yeah, it does have like these rhythms in there as well, but it's more of a love, filled with love and inviting people to connect kind of a song. It's not really like a pop song, as opposed to, well, actually I don't know if any of these are really like pop songs. Yeah, so these are my top 3 at the moment. Beautiful, weird, different. other than that, if I'm honest, I usually listen to songs without any lyric. Not songs, I listen to melodies that people produce. Last year, my top instrument that someone was playing was the handpan. I really enjoy. And then at some point last year, I also found there are people that they're like singing, but they're not singing lyrics. They're using their voice to kind of come up with different sounds and like kind of words, and not really, it's not like, it doesn't mean anything, but they're like singing out of, it's almost like as if they're channeling something. That's very witchy sounding.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice. So yeah, these are my songs.
Nice. I'll have to listen to them too.
They're nice. They're good vibrations. Okay.
I feel like I've had some, because I feel like I've also seen something on Instagram being advertised.
You'll probably.
Yeah. I think
I
think I like it too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I would say the lyrics that took me first, and then I listened to it, and then it also is the one that kind of, it really hits in your feels at some point.
Okay, so next topic is TV shows. So this was quite easy for me, I'd say, because I just put down the ones I've been obsessed with ever since I was like a kid. So it's House MD. It's just about a doctor, and there's obviously drama, and he's just brilliant, but also kind of an awful human being, and just a great story, and it actually has an ending, which I enjoy, because sometimes shows don't have that.
Yeah.
And then the second one is Bones, and it's about anthropologist. I think that's how you say it. And then solving crimes, and there's like serial killers, and I don't know, and there's obviously drama and like love and just everything really. So those two have been like my favorite TV shows ever since I can like really remember myself. And then my most recent obsession, although it's like in the last 3 years, I think, is The Big Bang Theory. I don't know, I love shows about smart people. I suppose that's the theme here.
Oh yeah.
Like smart, obnoxious people who, they learn in the end, and it's just beautiful, and so those are two of my favorite TV shows.
That's very nice. Oh god, yeah. So for this one, it's like now up in the air for me. I agree with Bones. Back in the day, I would say even before binge watching or just watching TV shows on computer, that was being shown on TV, and I really enjoyed watching it. And I really like the main character. She's such a badass. Yes. For me, the latest shows that have taken me as well, like, it's like, oh yeah, you watch it and you're like, oh wow, what did I just watch? Or like, that it's just, it's such good acting and filming, and like everything just comes together so well, was Stranger Things. I'm not sure, maybe there's a new season out now, so I can't comment on those. But the first one was really good, and then I think the first few were really good, and the latest ones that in the past few years, the ones that they have released, they were really good. And if we come back to Bones, actually, back in the day, they were also showing a lot of CIA shows on TV, which I also oddly enough, very much enjoyed back in the day. But let me think. So this is more like detective shows. Then we have sci-fi, right? Stranger Things. Well, I guess I have to say Friends would be more like a comedy short series. Well, not short series, but short episodes. Haven't seen them for a while now, but I really binge watched them before and during uni, and I think I mentioned it maybe in previous episodes, how they just made me feel like I'm not alone. Like I felt like I have a family when I was watching it. So yeah, I would say these are mine.
Okay. Okay. Very good choices. Well, I haven't seen Stranger Things, but I still approve.
You should. It is quite cool. It's quite cool.
There's honestly too many shows lately to like keep track of everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it's a good time to be alive, but I just feel overwhelmed by choices most of the time, and then I just go, okay, I'll watch what I've already seen, because that seems easier and simpler than risking.
Yeah.
Not enjoying a show. Okay, the next topic is drinks, and for me it's water. I just love water. Like, I just love how refreshing it is. I love how different it can taste, and you can even like put ice in it and cucumber slices to make it even more refreshing. I just love water. Then it's tea. I specifically like loose teas, like green tea or
Peppermint.
just, yeah, peppermint. Like anything that's like kind of like loose tea, not like the black tea with milk. I don't count that as a tea.
Yeah, herbal
for some
tea.
reason. Yeah, like herbal teas. And then my third favorite drink is grape juice. And I don't know, it used to be a thing. Like even in Latvia, I don't think I drank that much grape juice. But whenever I'd be like out in this specific cafe, I remember ordering it. And I remember when I was with my mum, she'd also always get a glass for herself, and it was kind of like, oh, it's nice, we're having grape juice together. And then I moved to UK, and you guys don't even have grape juice. It was so bizarre. And I did find some in Tesco's, but they only have just like this one type, and it was the
like
red
fizzy
grape
one?
juice. And I prefer the white grape juice, I think, in Latvia. But okay, in Latvia you have options. But yeah, so it just wasn't it, and it was expensive, and it was sweet, and it just wasn't what I wanted it to give me. So, but yeah, grape juice.
Well, they have grape juice wine. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
Yeah, it is not the same. It is not the same, that's for sure. I am on it with you with water. Water is probably my favorite drink. As silly as it sounds, for the past probably now 10 years, I put in the effort to actually drink water, and actually drink more water than drink teas or like fizzy soft drinks or anything else, really. And I love it. I like it. It hydrates me. It's all you need in this life,
Mm-hmm.
Then drinks. I don't know. What is my favorite drink? Well, but if we talk about weird juices, I would say tomato juice.
Okay.
That's also quite cool. And especially I imagine now, like with the salt and pepper when people put on.
You want to hear something crazy? To this day, I still haven't tried it.
Yeah, I don't know if you would like it at this point. I'm not even sure if I would like it at this point. Will it remind me too much of like ketchup?
Okay.
I'll drink it when I'm in Latvia, so I'll report back.
Okay. Can't wait.
But quite similar story probably, because I think my mom likes tomato juice. Probably that's why it's one of the things. My favorite drink. Yeah, I'll just say tea as well. When it's like the colder weather, it actually becomes a bit harder to drink water, because it's I only drink it relatively cold. But when it's cold outside and you're cold, it's not really the vibe. So then I'm onto the teas, and similar to Ligii, I prefer the fruity herbal teas than the black Earl Grey and whatnot teas. But I can drink those as well. Sometimes I have a specific craving with the milk, the British way.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. The British way.
Yeah.
It feels like a treat more than a tea, though.
Yes, and quite often I remember, but sometimes in the office, because a lot of people in the office, they drink coffee. I don't drink coffee, but they have also these teas, the black tea, and I was like, sometimes I'm like, I want to drink a warm drink, but I don't have a choice. Like, so I started sometimes drinking this black tea with milk, and yeah, when I would feel like, oh, I want something sweet, I would just add more I would add sugar to it, which I also don't add sugar to teas. Maybe honey sometimes. Okay, that's our drinks. What about books, Liggy? You must have actually probably hundreds of favorite books, no?
Yes, but I don't know, it was very hard for me. It was
Oh.
very hard for me because I feel like I haven't properly been reading books ever since I moved to the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, I've been reading here and there, but I don't know. I sat down and I couldn't really like remember any books that have impacted me. So then I think I need to start like making a log of the books I read and how much I enjoyed them and what were they about. Because I did read a book that's on my list now, and it's called Saving Rain. I can't remember the author by the top of my head, but it's called Saving Rain, and it was kind of like a, I don't know, it just like really hit me. It was a female writer, but she wrote about the man's perspective, and the story started. So that is the thing that interested me. So I clicked on it. But the story started when he was like younger, and he's essentially in like a bad group of friends, but not really. And then there's drugs, and there's alcohol, and then there's death, and then he ends up in prison. So it was kind of like a hard book in a way, because it talked about a lot of like dark things happening, but it also was about a lot about second chances, and there was abuse, and there was everything, and in the end it was a love story, which I didn't expect. But yeah, and I remember I read it, and afterwards I was like, wow, I didn't know that could be written like that. I don't know, it really like opened my eyes, and I just really enjoyed it, and I feel like that's the one that sometimes pops in back into my head. And then I chose The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I remember when I saw the title, I went, I don't really want to read that because it doesn't sound like it's going to be my cup of tea. But I was in a book club at that time, so I decided, okay, I'll give it a try. And oh my god, I loved it. I loved it. And even though like I kind of hated the main character in the beginning, you get to like understand her and learn so many things and like the backstory, and it's just an amazing book, and I feel like everybody honestly should read it. It's about this. So Evelyn Hugo, she's the main character, and yeah, just tells basically love stories and about how she ended up with seven husbands, and it's like set a bit earlier in life. So I would say like 19th, 20th century possibly. And yeah, and she's trying to become an actress, and it just talks about all the drama and how hard it is, and how it's hard to be a woman, and all of these important topics. And it just also I just that's when I realized I shouldn't judge a book by its title.
Yeah, that's a very valuable lesson.
Yes. And then, so these two I could see that I've read recently, but I couldn't remember any other books that I've read. So I just put Chronicles of Narnia, specifically the second book about the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, because I was obsessed with Chronicles of Narnia when I was a kid. I love the books, I love the films, and now I have the set as well in English in my bookshelf, and I'm planning to read them at some point in English as well. Don't know when that's gonna happen, but yeah, I would say those three are my favorite at the moment.
Nice. Wow.
What about you, Kitty?
I'm really bad with books. Overall, I would say for a long time, well, besides reading the school literature and a lot of like Latvian books that were quite often quite depressing, I was into self-help books. And I think, as I have mentioned it before, there was this one book that I read when I was a teenager. Well, I was babysitting my cousin at some point during the summer. And I know the title in Latvian now, because I found the book actually. I think it's still being sold. It's called The Power of Thinking. And I don't know who it's written by, but it is some American or English writer probably. Yeah, it was very impactful. I don't know, it made me see that it is a lot about how you think, a lot about your perspective, and it was one of the things that made me try to be in a more, it might have been toxic back then. Might be bad to say it, but I was trying to be in a more positive mindset, even if it was hard. So yeah, that's one of the books I would say. One of the latest books that I was recommended to read, The Fourth Wing. I was quite skeptical initially because, well, I don't know. Anything that people are like, oh, this is crazy, this is really good, I'm kind of like, no. Because I was so skeptical initially, I wasn't sure how it's going to go, but like somewhere in the middle, or maybe the first third of the book, something happens in there that just kind of took me out, and I was like, oh my god, I was like laughing out loud, I was crying. It's the whole thing. It's really good. It's really, really cool book if you want to go through this like journey of this science fiction-y, is it science fiction? No, it's fantasy book, I guess, in books. In this fantasy world, but yeah, you know, with like real type of problems in relationships and whatnot. Yeah, it's quite cool. It's quite cool. Also, there's dragons. That's the selling point. And the key word really is the dragons. For me, when the dragons appeared in the book, that just kind of shifted me some of the things, because it was just so so that's it's by Rebecca Yarros, and I have read now also The Iron Flame. Yeah, that was the second book, and Onyx Storm is the third book that I read. Did I read? Yeah, that I read this year, I guess. It came out, and it was like within a week, me, my friend, and our neighbor, we decided to have this whole, I don't know, reading marathon. So yeah, waiting for the next one. Yes, that's one of the latest ones, and then I can't remember the specifics again. I don't remember the title or the writer, but back when I was a teenager, and I did stumble upon a like I don't know, it's almost like a reality-based book, because it was set in a certain time. They even mentioned like some historical events that have happened, but the storyline actually was a bit, I don't know, not very usual. It was something about the girl. There's a woman in her adulthood, I don't know, living her life, and all of a sudden she receives news that her father has died. But it seems like they didn't have a very good relationship, so she's not like too upset about it. I can't remember the specifics, but there is this one specific thing that happens. She receives a package from her dad that's like a massive box, and inside this box there's a robot that is like a lookalike of her dad, to be there to kind of repair the relationship of them. The whole thing. So I don't know, they do things together, because I don't remember the title of the book or the writer. I can just spoil it. At the end, it was her actual dad, so that was the big plot twist at the end, that it wasn't like this whole time it was her dad, and they were just trying to fix their relationship. And
That's
it was,
kind of creepy.
I know. I know. Yeah. I remember I posted about this on Twitter back then. Yeah.
Wow.
It's sad. I don't remember the name of it. I know, like, one of the historical events what happened in the book was the Iron Curtain falling in Europe.
Okay. Okay. You've really intrigued me. I think I'll have to go and try and find it now.
Yeah, it was quite. I remember it being interesting, but then again, I was probably like 12.
Okay. Okay. Well, moving on.
Yes.
Next topic is bucket list places. So places we'd like to visit. And I feel like I'm a changed woman.
Okay.
Because if you had told me 4 months ago that I would say Italy, and it technically would be my top one, I'd think you're crazy. Because I don't like warm places that much. I don't like summer. I don't like touristy places either. But I don't know, something's calling me. I need to go to Italy with my girls, make some pasta, have some wine, you know? I just want a holiday like that.
Yes.
Yeah. And it needs to happen at some point.
Yes.
We could even make it a bachelorette party if ever anybody gets married.
Yeah. Well, we have a player back in the game now.
Indeed. But yeah, so it's Italy. It's Scandinavia. I couldn't pick one. Like, I want to visit like all three. Like, in an ideal world, I could drive. And I would drive through all three of them. And then it's New Zealand. And that is also not really me. I don't know. I still want to go. But it's because of The Lord of the Rings.
I thought I was suspicious.
Yeah, it's The Lord of the Rings. They apparently, they did film the films there, and I've obviously seen the first one now, and it just looks gorgeous there. It's so stunning, and yeah, and I wouldn't mind to just go there and visit and see it with my own two eyes. It just, I don't know, it's just like hills and forests. It looks amazing.
I agree. Beautiful. Funny thing is, actually, recently, afterwards. Anyways, last month at my astronomy meeting thing, I met a very cool lady, and she's German, but she actually lives in New Zealand, and she takes on people over the summer or over the summer for them, I think, to come and work on the farm, and I guess you can live for free if you help with the work. So this might be a good option how to get to New Zealand.
Okay.
Before this meeting and talking to this lady, she's just so cool. She's in her 80s, so we actually need to hurry up.
Wow.
And she was very dressed up and I don't know. We had such a lovely conversation. And yeah, she said that she does this thing that she takes people on the farm, and she's made a lot of actual lifelong friends this way, and they and her kids have actually attended some people's weddings like this, or they visit each other in their countries and stuff.
That's so nice.
Yeah. So New Zealand, if until this point that I met this lady, I wasn't really, New Zealand sounds like a really beautiful place to go. This meeting her was like, oh my god, I want to be on her farm. Yeah. Switzerland and Switzerland's Swiss mountains and hills, especially in summertime or springtime. I'm not about the skiing. I just want to be in the nature and see the mountains around, and I have this very specific image of actually us three, me, you, and Lo, running in a field of grass and just admiring the view.
Oh,
in a valley. Yeah, so it's very, very nice. And There's also something about the Norway or like Scandinavia mountains, and they're like rivers and this autumn time vibe that calls me. Other than that, it's the rest of the world actually that I want to visit. The rest of the world and the moon and everything, you know.
Oh yes, yes.
Antarctica.
Would you actually go?
No, probably no, actually. Depends. Well, depends what is involved. I don't know. Even like let's say it's only for like very rich people, and if I had the money, then I don't know if I would be doing it for that. I don't know.
I think I'd be too scared. But not like that something would go wrong. I wouldn't care about that. I would be scared that like, what if I survive and like accidentally float away? And then it's just me and my thoughts, you know?
God.
That's what I would be scared about.
Yeah, the harsh like, yeah, it doesn't sound very friendly out there.
No, and I feel like it could really make you feel lonely, like seeing the world so tiny, really, in the whole universe, and knowing that we're tiny there, like we're nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm emotionally ready for that.
It's okay. You don't have to come.
I know. Thank
you. Okay, let's talk about hobbies. What are your hobbies? What are your top 3 hobbies?
At the moment, it's running. I feel like I'm doing that a lot when I feel good. Because I noticed when I was having a really, really bad time, I wasn't going. And I don't know if I wasn't having a good time because I wasn't going, or I wasn't going because basically there's some sort of correlation, and I don't know which way it works. So I'm glad to be back running because I'm feeling better as well. And yeah, and then I was cheeky. I put down food because I like cooking.
Yeah.
And like growing. So I couldn't decide between planting and like cooking, so I put just food.
Okay, interesting. Very good.
I'm cheated.
Yeah.
And then it's music. I honestly don't think I could live without music at this point in my life. I have to listen to it. Sometimes even when I don't listen to it, there's like this inner radio that's always playing something, and I don't know. It's just like, it's just amazing. It's just amazing.
It's just amazing. Yes.
So what about you, Kitty?
I have appreciated music a lot more probably in the past few years. Yeah, my hobbies. What are my hobbies? I always feel like I don't have any hobbies actually. I would say, okay, so going for walks. I am actually doing it on most days, if not every day. What are my hobbies? My hobbies, I guess you could say my hobby is to always either learn something new or like do like a self-development course, like I'll constantly kind of be in some sort of a learning new information either about myself or some other topics. And I'm not sure if I can call it a hobby anymore. Yoga, because yeah, that is also another thing that I do every day. It's more like, I wouldn't say it's a hobby. It's just part of my life. It's just part of my morning part of the day. So yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Okay. And earlier you mentioned spices, so I want to hear your spices, your top spices.
So if we take salt and pepper out of the mix, because obviously it would have to be them. It would have to be paprika. I just love paprika on eggs, on avocado. It's just amazing. Then it would have to be dried basil. Obviously, fresh one is so much better.
Yeah.
But I keep killing it. I can't keep it alive for the life of me. So, and then it would have to be cinnamon.
Mm.
Because it's obviously like in sweet things, it tastes amazing, but also my friend once put some cinnamon when she was making a shakshuka, and it just brought out this earthiness, and it was amazing. And it didn't like make it taste like a dessert, but it just brought out this different flavor profile of the dish, and I was like, wow, I'm gonna start doing that. And sometimes I do that, and it's just, yeah, it's nice. You guys should try it.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Well, these are good spices. I agree. These are really good. These are really good. I would say for me, I don't know if you can count lemon as a spice, but if you add lemon to salads or like on fish or like stuff like that, it really, wow, lemon is something I just can't, I don't know why. I mean, lemons don't grow in Latvia, so it's more like an exotic fruit for Latvians. That's why we don't use it that often. But yeah, I think everyone should be using some lemon in their salads and everything. And to be fair, cinnamon was also another thing that came to my mind as soon as we talked about spices, because I don't know, it's the sweetness. It's sweetness because I associate it with more Christmas time and like sweets and dessert stuff. But also like, yeah, like this mulled wine spices, I would say, whatever is in there. I don't know how they're called actually in English. But let's say that I said cinnamon as the main one. And the third one, what would be the third one? I don't know. Yeah, basil. Yeah, but fresh one. Yeah, I'll say. I prefer fresh one over the dried one.
Okay. Are there any other topics you'd like to add?
No, not at the moment. What about you?
I don't think so.
I feel like this is also already a longer episode than I expected.
It was, yes. I feel like I'm already like listed out as well. Tired of making lists. But no. So we hope you guys got to know us a little bit more, and please let us know what your favorite things are, because as I said before, we'd love to learn something about you too, and get to know you better. And yeah, I suppose we'll see you next time.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching and listening. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.